Hey everyone, it's Carissa. Thanks for stopping by and happy Saturday. We are celebrating the weekend by getting our craft on. And today I'm using some new products from My Favorite Things to create these adorable lip balm gifts. Now I have the products in my hand here, and I have the die set, the coordinating stamp set, and then the lip balm pouch, which is this clear thing that I'm holding in my hand. Now this is perfectly sized for those little chapsticks or lip balms or lip smackers. And you can see I have the coordinating die set here, and I wanted to pull these out because there's two different pieces here. There is one that cuts the frame, which I'm holding around that lip balm pouch now. And then there's one that just cuts the window for the front of your card. This little stamp set is called Sending Smooches, and it is so cute. It has sentiments like, "You're the bomb," "Merry Christmas," "Pucker Up Valentine," things like that, and I just love it. And I thought these would coordinate perfectly with the Essentials by Ellen Spa Day and the Essentials by Ellen Make It Beautiful stamp and die set. So I'm going to be using those today. Now I wanted to show you I have some chapstick here, Chapstick brand, and I have some Lip Smacker brand, and you can see how wonderfully they fit right into these lip balm pouches. I'm going to give you an idea for personalizing these in just a bit, so stick around. But first, I'm going to take my little lady from the Spa Day stamp set, and I'm going to take my little lip gloss wand from the Make It Beautiful stamp set. And this little lipstick or lip gloss, like swirl, smush, whatever, is from the Make It Beautiful stamp set as well. I heat set those. I stamped them in VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I heat set them because I'm going to be using these Aqua Blend colored pencils. These are a watercolor pencil to color my images, and I have the Essentials and the Florals here. Beautiful colors. They come in two other sets as well, so you can pick up the ones that you think you'll use most. I'm only using 4 colors today on this little lady, but because it's a watercolor effect, I don't need a whole lot of colors to create different tones or shadows. So I went ahead and colored in the skin tones on my gal, and that was using the Straw watercolor pencil. And for her towel on her head, as well as the towel wrapped around her body, I'm using the Pale Red. And you can see I'm going in with kind of this light hand swirling motion. I find that if you put down like heavy-handed, hard lines of this watercolor pencil, it's harder to blend out. So start light. You can always add more color later. And then you can go in with a water brush or just a regular paintbrush with some water on it and just blend that out. And this makes it really easy to achieve a beautiful watercolor look. I've put my pigment down in the places that I want it to be the darkest and then blend it into the center. Now you can go back in and add more color if you want. Because the paper already is damp or wet, it does lay down quite a heavy amount of pigment because it starts to kind of almost melt immediately from that watercolor pencil. So that's a great way to achieve some intensity as well. Now before I go and die cut these, I'm just going to heat set them just so I don't ruin them when I'm die cutting because I've been known to do things like that. And now I'm going to take the coordinating dies and I'm going to line them up and hold them in place with some delicate surface painter's tape. Now this piece of cardstock is going to act as my card front. So I'm taking the lip balm window and I'm putting it in place where I want it on my card front, and I'm going to hold that in place with some delicate surface painter's tape as well. I'm just making sure it's nice and straight. And this piece of Neenah Solar White is actually cut to 4 by 5 inches because I'm going to add some pattern paper on the left-hand side of that in just a bit. Once all my dies are in position, I can run them through my die cutting machine, and I use some gold glitter cardstock to cut my lip balm frame. And now I'm going to run this window through my die cut machine. Now I'm not going to remove the die. I just removed the inner part, and I'm taking my card base and I am going to put this where I want to adhere it on my card base, and then I'm going to use that painter's tape to hold it to the card base. So I have my card front stacked on top of my card base that's made out of 110-pound Neenah Solar White cardstock, and I'm going to do some partial die cutting. So I am using this on the edge cutting plate. This is one of my favorites for partial die cutting because I can kind of maneuver it into positions that I want. And you can see I left that bottom edge, just the very edge of that, out of my cutting sandwich. So the cutting plate doesn't cover that edge. And when I take this off, you're going to see that I have this partially die cut window on my card, and I can use that as a trap door so that the person can let out the lip balm without ripping apart the card. So I'm just going to hold that in place with a little bit of gold glitter washi tape, and that'll make it easy for them to get into. And then I'm going to take this card base and I am going to adhere the inner part of that window die cut onto that flap. So this will kind of act as a backdrop when my lip balm is in place. And I just wanted to flip this over one more time and show you how this little trap door works. It's a partial die cut, so it won't come off completely, but it will allow that to hinge open and allow the lip balm to come out without ripping apart the entire card. And that will line up perfectly with the card front that I've created because I use that card front to determine where my die cut would be. Now, I wanted to stamp this "You're the Balm" on the inside of my card. It's from the Sending Smooches stamp set that coordinates with these lip balm pouches and die cuts. And I am going to place my card front in there and I'm going to stamp this "You're the Balm" right where the window will open. So if for some reason they open the window, the card will close and you'll see that "You're the Balm" behind it. I don't know why I did that. I just did. So now I'm taking some 1/8 inch Be Creative tape and I'm putting it around the back side of my frame here. And I'm going to remove the backer pieces and I'm going to position this over the window that I have cut on my card front. I just really felt like I could not make this card without a little bit of glitter because it is like a super girly card. I mean, let's face it. Now on my card front, I'm going to stamp this "There's no glossing over it" sentiment. This is from the Make It Beautiful stamp set from the Essentials by Ellen line. And once I have my stamping done on the card front, I'm going to apply some more of that 1/8 inch Be Creative tape to the front side of these little wings on my lip balm pouch here. I'm going to expose that and then I'm going to place my card front right over the top so that this will adhere to the card front and I will have that little poked out area that will hold my lip balm perfectly. Now along the left edge of this card front, I am going to add a little pattern paper detail. I'm using a strip of gold glitter cardstock and I'm adhering it to some black and white striped pattern paper that I created using my beloved bold background stripes background stamp from My Favorite Things. And I am going to adhere this onto my card front using some more Be Creative tape in the 1/4 inch size. And I'm doing it this way because I'm adhering it to that glitter cardstock and I want to make sure that it stays in place. That glitter cardstock can kind of sometimes be tricky to adhere things to, so I want to make sure I'm using a really strong adhesive. Then I can just trim off the excess and I have my card front coming together. Now to adhere my little pieces on the card front, I decided to use some foam tape. I have a double layer of foam tape on my little gal here, and I am going to put a single layer of foam tape on the tip of my lip gloss wand. And I'm going to put a double layer of foam tape onto the top of my lip gloss wand so it will kind of slant down onto the little lip gloss smush swoosh. I don't know what to call it still. Lip gloss mark that's going to go on the front of the card here. So once I adhere my little lip gloss wand in place, I'm going to go ahead and remove the backer from the foam tape that's on the back of my gal. And I'm going to position her on the card front as well, just where her shoulder is slightly below that lower left-hand corner of the frame there. And then I'm going to apply my lip gloss mark, we're going to call it a mark, with some regular tape runner adhesive. Now I wanted to show you how you can personalize your lip balm. So I have this regular chapstick here, and I am going to remove the entire wrapper from it all the way down the barrel so that I am left with just a plain white lip balm here. Then I'm going to take some pattern paper, and I calculated that I needed to cut this at about 1 3/4 inches wide by about 2.5 inches long. And I am going to wrap it around the barrel of this chapstick here. Now this works great for creating a coordinating lip balm to use on your projects. Because the wrapper's off, I don't know if someone who's a stranger to you would trust you. I don't know. But you may want to give this to someone you know or leave it in its original packaging so that they know that it's safe and sterile and all that. I'm a nurse, so I think about these things. I can't help it. And along the edges of this pattern paper, I put some more of the 1/4 inch Be Creative tape, and then I'm going to get this started on the barrel of my chapstick here, and I'm just going to roll it around. So you're seeing me roll it around that base. I'm paying attention to where the little turn knob is on the bottom so that I don't cover that up. And I had this piece just slightly long, so I'm going to trim it down. And I'm going to put some Be Creative tape on this end here, and that's going to hold this securely in place on my lip balm. You can use any pattern paper for this and customize it to fit any project that you want. So that's fun to use on this project or any other project. Now this pattern paper is from the Fa La La 6x6 paper pad from Crate Paper, and you can see how adorable it looks when I slide it into this lip balm pouch. But I wanted to find a way to secure this lip balm in there when I'm working with it. So I decided that I was going to run some twine and create a bow on top. So I'm just taking my craft pick here and I'm kind of sliding it in where the top of that lip balm pouch meets the winged bases, and I'm making a hole here, and I'm kind of wiggling my craft pick around so I make sure that hole is large enough. And then I'm taking some black and white twine here that's threaded onto an embroidery needle. This needle is not sharp because I tend to hurt myself with sharp things. So I'm just threading it through. I'm taking it down one side and back up the other. And before I tighten this up, I'm going to slide my lip balm in there, and I'm going to tighten the twine around it and basically tie it into this pouch here. And that's going to keep my lip balm secure and add a fun little twine detail and allow me to kind of move this around without having to fuss with that lip balm falling out. So I'm just tying it into a bow here, and I think I spent about, 10 minutes or so fussing with this bow. And once I got it perfect, I could go ahead and trim off the tails, and then my lip balm is in that pouch. It's easy to get out, and I can work with this card front and not worry about that lip balm going rolling all over. So I thought that was a fun way to do it. Then I just took some tape runner adhesive and adhered this card front to my card base where that little trap door was right behind the window. And you can see how easy this lip balm is to remove. All you have to do is open your little trap door, untie it, and you have your lip balm out, and you don't have to destroy the card. So I thought that this was maybe a moment of genius for me. I don't know, maybe somebody else did it. But when I figured this out, I was like, this is fabulous. So now I also have these little mini lip gloss tubes. They are super mini. They're even smaller than a chapstick. You can see it in there. And since this pouch is just a little too big for this mini lip gloss, I'm going to take this and I'm going to fill it with some sequins. So I have some pretty pink, posh, sparkling clear sequins. I'm using the 3mm, the 4mm, and the 6mm to fill up this little pouch. And then I'm going to make sure that I seal up my trap door really well. This is just going to add some sparkle behind my lip gloss and fill up that pouch a little bit. And I have my twine strung through, so once I get my lip gloss in place, I'll go ahead and close this up. I'm going to secure it. You may want to secure it a little bit better than I did. I was being a little hasty here, so I need to put something a little stronger to hold it, but that you can still remove it. So I'm trying to figure out what that is. And then I'm going to take it and tie a bow over the top. So here's a look at my finished projects today. I have the little lip gloss here, the little mini lip gloss, and I also have the custom chapstick in the other one. And I just think these products are so much fun. They are a perfect little gift to give around the holidays when everybody's lips are all chapped and everything. And I just love the way that these turned out. You can see this customized chapstick that I have in this project. And customizing these lip balms is really easy and just really adds to the overall adorableness of these projects. As always, I will have links to the featured products in the description at YouTube, but head on over to the Coordinating Classroom blog post because I'll have more details, more information, and more still shots for you over there, and that will be linked in the YouTube description below. All of these products are available for purchase at ellenhudson.com. Thanks for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed these projects. Happy Saturday, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.